So we're going to take a couple of minutes here, just coming into our breath work, coming into our space, bringing our focus to the mat, really calming the mind, and building that energy, that core heat with your Ujjayi breath. So strong breaths in and out through the nose. And just practice on lengthening that breath, dragging it out, and trying to match the exhale to reach just as long. So we're inhaling, really filling up the lungs, opening the chest, sitting up nice and tall, reaching the crown of the head to the top of the room. And as you exhale, grounding, allowing the hips to sink deeper into your mat. A lot of times we'll say grounding, and sometimes we don't know what that means. So to ground, to really release tension there in that space and really allow the weight to sink. So that would be a mental image of grounding into the mat, just really releasing and connecting with towards earth. Of course, I'm upstairs, so I'm very far from earth, but I'm connecting to my mat. So grounding down and lengthening up. We'll take a few more cycles of breath here, engaging our focus. So maybe setting an intention for yourself. A thought or a word and inspiration to keep your focus on your practice. Developing a rhythm of breath here. So as we start to incorporate our body movements, we can sync that rhythm. So when you hear me say things like on your next inhale, be sure to go with the flow of your breath and don't feel like you have to keep up with me. I'm going to start warming up the neck here, taking the chin to the chest. Inhale, and we'll make large circles here, leading with the chin. And coming down on the left as we exhale. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Making sure our shoulders are dropped away from the ears. We'll take one more cycle here, coming up on the right. Leading with our chin all the way down on the left. And on your next inhale, we'll take our circles back the other way. Bringing some movement into the space, not being forceful, not rushing anything. Just opening space. Last one here. As you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. And on your next inhale, we're going to come straight up, bringing the chin all the way up towards the sky. Allow the throat to open. Allow the head to drop all the way back. Maybe pause at the top of your breath. And then on your exhale, slowly bring the chin all the way back to the chest. I'm going to take a couple more cycles here, just nice and gentle. Opening the throat. Coming back to our neutral neck. We're going to start to open up the shoulders a bit. Inhale, open the arms up wide. I'm going to do something different today. As you exhale, bring the left arm all the way across your chest. You're going to take the right arm and bring the inner crease of the right arm all the way behind the left elbow, if you can. And then we're going to bend that arm and lift. So we're raising our elbow to stay our shoulder height. And as you exhale, pull over towards the right. But as you pull, gently pulling, keeping the hips squared. So we're almost going to turn our hips towards the left. And you'll feel that stretch there. Keeping your shoulder in alignment and breathe. We'll take one more cycle of breath here, opening that shoulder. And as you exhale, slowly release the arms out. We're going to inhale to reach. Lengthen through the side body and lift. Exhale, hands to the heart. For the right arm, we're going to inhale, open the arms wide. As you exhale, bring that right arm across your chest and hook the left elbow, again, behind, or the inner crease behind the right elbow. And lift. As you lift, you're going to pull that shoulder over towards the right. Pull the entire arm over towards the left. I'm sorry. And again, to stay centered here, turn your hips slightly towards the right, so you're really staying grounded. Take one more breath here. And on your exhale, release your bind. Open the arms all the way up to the sky and reach. And exhale, bringing the hands to the heart. Wonderful. Inhale, bring the palms out to the side, facing up. Inhale to reach, lift through the side body. So really lift the ribs, but keep the shoulders dropped away from the ears. Keeping the hip grounded. And as you exhale, turn the palms. Create a bubble here, really lengthen, almost as if you're trying to reach the edges of your mat. Inhale and reach. And exhale. One more cycle here. Opening up the side body. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, drop the right palm towards the mat. You can come all the way down to your forearm. That's great. As you exhale, bring the left arm all the way over the ear and reach for the side of the room. As you breathe here, as you're reaching, keeping that left hip grounded, so pushing it towards the earth. Breathe here. Your gaze can be down at your mat, or to open up deeper, you can turn the chest up towards the sky and look up. Take one more cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, pushing off the mat, all the way up center and reach. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bring the left palm to the mat. Again, you can come all the way down to that forearm. Maybe you just start to pull down towards the, pulling that elbow down towards the mat and push that right hip down and reach. And if you want to open, turn the chest towards the sky and look up. On your next inhale, push off the mat, coming back to center and reach. And exhale, hands to the heart. Nice and steady here. We're going to open up, bringing our legs into our stretches. So take the right leg all the way out to the side. And just start to wiggle the toes, roll the ankle around, bring some energy into the legs. Sitting still for a bit there. Point and flex a few times here. And we'll start to deepen our stretching. Palms up towards the sky. We're going to inhale and reach. As you exhale, hinge to the right, grabbing the outer edge of the foot. And if that's too far, the knee, the shin, the ankle, wherever we're at in your practice today. And reach. Again, opening that side body by pushing the left hip down towards your mat. Maybe you could come all the way down and reach towards the toes. I'm not there yet. I'm going to keep my alignment by pulling that shoulder back and look up. On your next inhale, reach and center. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pulling the right heel in towards the pelvis and extend the left leg out. Take a moment here to wake up the left foot, roll the ankle, point and flex a few times. Palms out to the side. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, hinging to the left and grabbing that outer edge of the foot and reaching over the ear, past the ear, towards the side of your room. Pushing that right hip towards the earth, really staying grounded, grounded in our seat. And on your next inhale, center and reach. Exhale, bringing hands to the heart. Taking now both legs out wide. Moving any of the extra fleshy stuff out to the side, again, so you're really rooted and grounded and firm in your seat, so we don't have any extra cushion wobbling us around. Pushing through the heels, keeping your legs engaged, nice and strong, sitting up tall, palms up to the sky. Roll the shoulders back and pull them down away from the ears. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Reaching as far as you can. Let the neck drop out, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pulling the arms in towards your pelvic region, wherever's most comfortable. Finding that straight spine. And as you exhale, start to pull your elbows down towards the mat, giving a nice stretch there. So keep that spine straight, reaching with the crown of your head, so our gaze is going to be towards the floor. Breathe here. A nice, good stretch here, opening those hips, adding a slight bit of compression there. And on your next inhale, lift and reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Bringing our legs together, I'm going to turn so you can see me. To Dandasana, strong and engaged here, pushing through the heels, sitting up nice and tall. Keeping the core engaged, lifting the chest. We're going to flow with breath, bringing the palms up towards the sky. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the neck drop out, pulling the chin all the way towards the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Find that straight spine. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, leading with the chest, creating a nice V shape here. Inhale to reach. And exhale, bringing hands to the heart. Moving into our twists, either pulling the right foot either inside the knee or crossed over outside the knee. Keeping that left foot engaged, pushing through the heel, and finding that those grounded tailbone. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, turn the body, bringing that right hand all the way behind the tailbone, sitting your spine up nice and tall, really supporting yourself here. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down outside the elbow to assist your twist. Take a couple of breaths here, really twisting deep as you inhale, opening the ribs. If you feel a lot of tightness here in the chest, really breathe deep into that space, create more space, and more breath. Exhale, pushing all the air out, pull the belly button towards the spine to really get a deeper twist. On your next inhale, release your twist and reach eyes to the sky. And as you exhale, bring the right heel out and hands to the chest, hands to the heart. Bringing now the left foot in, again, either inside the knee or crossed over. Pushing through the right heel, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to reach. Exhale to twist. Bringing that left arm right behind the tailbone and right hand comes down outside the knee. Breathe here. Lifting the chest, lengthening the spine. And on your next inhale, release your twist and reach. Exhale, hands to the heart, pushing the left heel out. Vinyasa. Inhale to reach. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the chin all the way to the chest. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, hinge out the hips, leading with the chest. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Palms come to the mat, shifting the hips forward, bringing us into our bridge prep. As you exhale, slowly rolling the head down to the mat. And find your stance here. You want to make sure that the heels are slightly below the tailbone and that the shoulders are sort of somewhat tucked behind you a slight bit. And the tailbone is flat on the mat. So if you need to tuck in that pelvic bone or tilt it a bit so that the low back is flat. On your inhale, lifting with the tail first and roll up the spine, bringing you into bridge pose. Lifting, not just pushing through the heels, but lifting the ribs. So you really want to pull the ribs up towards your chin. Breathe here. If you want to take a bind here, you can roll those shoulders underneath you a bit more, interlacing the fingertips and pulling them towards your heels. Taking a few breaths here. Again, creating space in the ribs and opening the chest. And on your next exhale, releasing your bind and slowly roll down the spine, pushing each vertebrae into your mat until the tailbone reaches. Inhale, hug the knees into the chest and sway from side to side. Dropping the soles of the feet to the mat, back for our bridge prep. We're going to flow with breath this time. So we're going to inhale, lift the hips high to the sky, bring that chest towards the chin, and exhale, slowly roll down. If you want to hold this pose and interlace your bind, that's fine too. I'm going to do 2 more cycles here. Moving with breath. Inhale, lifting the hips. Inhale to pull the knees into the chest and sway from side to side. On your exhale, push through the heels, grabbing the big toes with your first 2 fingers and thumb. As you exhale, bend the knees out to the side body for your happy baby and sway from side to side. I'm going to stay here for just a few breaths, so feel free to play here. Opening up that space, using your elbows inside the knee to really push against the knees and open those hips deeper. On your next inhale, push through the heels and lengthen the legs. Straighten them as far as you can. If you're unable to reach here, you can always hold the shins or the knees. And just again, take a few breaths here, allowing the hips to open up. Creating space here, opening that inner thigh. And just sort of fun to play here. It's a fun position. On your next inhale, bend the knees, releasing your bind, and bring them into the chest. Nice tight little hug here, adding compression. We're going to cross at the ankles, grabbing the outer edges of your feet and pulling them in. As you exhale, push through the heels, just giving a nice little stretch here to the tops of our feet. On your exhale, you can release and switch, crossing them the other way. Inhale, grabbing the outer edges, squeezing the knees towards the chest. And as you exhale, push through the heels, giving a nice stretch in the ankles. We'll release the spine. And we're going to rock and roll with breath. Take a few rocks here just to get a nice little massage on the spine. I'll take one more here. Whenever you have enough momentum to come all the way to standing. Coming to the tops of our mats. I'm going to come here so you can see me. So we're going to really engage here into Tadasana. So find that grounded stance, almost as if someone has a string all the way through your torso. So we're lifting the chest, engage the core. Roll the inner thighs towards the front of your room to really engage the full leg and ground into the mat. We're going to flow with breath here. Inhale to reach and exhale. Again, creating that space, lengthening the arms. Your gaze can kind of move down to the ground as you exhale and up to the sky as you reach. And lift through the ribs, keeping that tailbone tucked in, pulling the pelvic bone forward. One more cycle here in our easy reach. Far-reaching pose. We're going to start to move into more of our side stretches. So inhale to reach, grabbing the left wrist. Exhale, pull to the right. Push the hips out to get deeper in the stretch. If you want to open up more, you can turn the chest up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, reach, centering, reach. Exhale, taking the left or the right wrist with the left hand and pull over to the left, pushing the hips out. Turning the chest up towards the sky. If this is too much, then you can always look down at your mat. Inhale to center and reach. Exhale, take a slight back bend here. Inhale to center and exhale, bringing hands to the heart. Coming or being at the top of our mats. I'm going to come back to the top of my mat. We're going to start to move into our warrior flow. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, step back with the right foot, bringing you into your left warrior one. We want to push into that back heel, so we're strong and grounded here. This is a high lunge, so you don't have to be real deep in that knee. Just nice and comfortable, strong stance here. Centering your hips by pulling that left hip back, right hip forward, so you're squared with your mat. And we're going to flow with breath. Inhale to reach. Exhale, open, strong butterfly arms. Pull the shoulder blades together, but keep those elbows high. Inhale to reach. Flow with breath here. We'll do 3 more cycles. So exhale. One more time here. Inhale, reach. Exhale to open. Inhale to reach. On your exhale, shifting the hips to the side of the mat and widen your stance a bit to bring you into a warrior two. Nice and deep in that lunge. But make sure that knee doesn't go over the ankle. You either want to be in line with the ankle or behind it. Pushing again into that back edge of that back foot. So you really have a grounded stance here and it's not all on that front leg. And opening the chest. Strong in our warrior. On your next inhale, rotate the palms up towards the sky and reach. Reaching with the side body, pushing the ribs out and lifting here. But stay deep in that lunge. And on your exhale, coming back to the warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale to your warrior. One more time here. Dropping that front forearm down. Inhale to reach the right arm all the way over the ears, creating a beautiful line of energy here from the fingertips down to the toes. Inhale to reach and lengthen. If you want to come all the way down into an extended side angle, you can bring the left palm to the ground into the mat. On your next inhale, engage the core and come back to your warrior two. Pulling your back foot in and straightening that front leg a little bit, prepping for our triangle pose. So we're going to push our hips back and hinge our shoulders forward, reaching as far as you can. And on your exhale, pivot, drop the hand down towards the mat. If you can ground all the way down, turn it, open the chest. Breathe here. You can stay far reaching, or you can bend that elbow, bringing the right hand to the left pocket, opening that shoulder as we stretch our legs. On your next inhale, reach. Exhale, bringing the right hand to ground into the mat. Staying in your triangle stance, you're going to inhale, twist. Open the left hip up to the sky. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bringing that left hand to center your front foot. Pivot the back toes to face forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to deepen into your pyramid. If you need to take a micro bend in that front knee, that's fine too. Staying strong and pressing into the back heel. Let the chin drop towards the chest. Maybe shake out the hair a bit. On your next inhale, we're going to pivot both toes to the side edge of our mat and walk our hands center for a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen your bend. Let the chin drop towards the chest and shake out the hair. Maybe take opposite elbows, creating a frame around your face. Really releasing the shoulders here and the neck. Working that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, bringing our hands to the mat, and we're going to walk our hands over to the right, turning our toes to pivot for right triangle. So we're going to go back the way we came in on the other side. So bringing the hands down, pushing into that back heel. And again, just release any tension here in the shoulders, in the neck. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and turn the back heel so that the left toes are pointing to the edge of the mat. We're going to inhale. We're going to ground our right hand into the mat or to our ankle and open up for our side or triangle pose. Breathe here. Again, option to open the chest by bending that arm or bending that elbow, bringing the left hand now to the right pocket. And opening that chest, looking up to the sky. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bringing palms to center the front leg. Take a strong bend in that knee. Inhale, coming all the way up into your warrior two. If you need to widen your stance here to get deep in that knee, that's fine. And find your strong warrior. Gazes over our front fingertips. On your next inhale, rolling the palms up, opening the chest. And reach. Again, opening through the side body here. This is our main focus. So lifting with the ribs. And as you exhale, come back to your warrior two. Stay strong in that front leg or in that lunge. Inhale to reverse. Flow with breath here one more time. Dropping that front forearm and swing the left hand all the way over the ear, reaching for the side of the room in our side angle pose. You want to come all the way into your extended side angle. You can drop that right hand to the mat and deepen. Any of these poses, you can always take that top arm and bend it behind the back, creating a bind here, opening the shoulder area. On your next inhale, engage the core, come all the way up to your warrior two. As you exhale, we're going to pivot the back foot, stepping us into our warrior one. Breathe here. Again, making sure our hips are aligned with our mat, so pulling that left hip forward, the right hip back. Lifting through the ribs. And as we exhale, we're going to flow with breath, creating those beautiful, strong butterfly arms, squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, reach. Flow with breath here. One more cycle here, keeping those elbows high. Beautiful. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, turn the palms facing out, and we're going to push into the right heel and step all the way into Tadasana. Inhale to reach. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, and let the neck drop out. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift, reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. Exhale, deepen your fold. Maybe taking a micro bend in the knees. Option to take opposite elbows and shake out the hair. You can reach all the way around behind the shins. You can squeeze deeper into this fold here. As you inhale, pushing the tailbone up towards the sky. And as you exhale, releasing any tension in the thoracic and the top of the spinal region, and the neck. Taking one more breath here. Really exhale to release any tension we might still be holding. Bringing our hands to the mat. On your next inhale, you're going to step back with the left foot, bringing you into your right runner's lunge. Exhale to drop the back knee and point the toes behind you. Make sure that front knee is stacked over the ankle. You're not too far forward. On your next inhale, reach all the way up. You want to deepen the stretch. You can push that back knee back further, really opening here. Inhale to reach. Exhale, twisting to the right outside the knee. Breathe here. Turning to look behind you at the back foot, getting a nice full twist here. And on your next inhale, reach and center, and exhale to the left. Option to stay here, where you can drop that right hand to the mat and open that left hand up to the sky. Breathe. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat, centering by inhale, lengthening the spine, realigning those hips, pulling that right hip back. And as you exhale, start to lower down to the elbows, or if you have blocks or books or anything like that you want to use. Let the neck drop out. You can roll to the outer edge of that right foot, getting an even deeper Stretch here to the hip and the inner thigh. On your next inhale, bringing the hands back to the mat and centering that front foot. As you exhale, send the hips back, allowing the front toes to peel off the mat. Nice half split stretch here. Pushing the tailbone up towards the sky, so we're not sinking our hips down. We're really lifting, almost as if you're in your tabletop position, so you're really strong arms here pushing into the mat. And let the neck drop out, bringing the chin to the chest. On your next inhale, walk your hands forward, bringing you back into your low lunge. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knee and pull the heel in towards the pelvic space and sit down for your pigeon pose. Before we lower, we want to make sure we're in our proper alignment. So make sure you pull that right hip back, left hips forward, our shoulders and hips squared with our mat. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to walk the hands down, coming to the forearms and dropping the head to the mat. And take a few restful breaths here. If you want to stay engaged, you can tuck the back toe, activating that back leg. Give a deeper stretch by rolling into that hip. Taking one more cycle of breath here. On your next inhale, bringing the hands back to the mat, tucking the back toes to activate the back leg. Inhale to push into the mat and send the foot back, bringing you into your plank pose. Exhale, leading with the heart all the way down. Inhale, lift into your upward facing dog with a nice low back stretch here, little arch in that low back, tucking the toes. Exhale, send the hips all the way back for your downward facing dog and pedal out the heels. Keeping your ears in line with your biceps. So you really want to keep that straight spine here. Keep that core engaged. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Taking a strong bend in the knees, looking up through your hands. Inhale to walk, hop, or jump to your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, deepen your bend. Taking a few cycles of breath here. Maybe swaying from side to side. Stretching out the hamstrings. Allowing that upper body to really release into gravity. Let it just drop. On your next inhale, grounding your hands into the mat and stepping back with the right foot, bringing you into your left runner's lunge. Finding your alignment here. And as you exhale, lower that back foot and point the toes behind you. Inhale, reach. Really lengthen through the side body and allow your hips to sink towards the mat. Inhale to reach. As you exhale, we're going to twist to the left outside the knee. Turn to look all the way back behind you at that back foot. Getting a nice full twist here. Inhale, center and reach. And exhale, twisting to the right. Option to drop the left hand down to the mat and open the chest up to the sky. Breathe here. Inhale to reach. Exhale, bringing that right hand down to the mat and realign your hips, pulling that left hip back slightly. Inhale to lengthen, reaching the crown of the head towards the front of your room. And as you exhale, slowly walking your hands down towards the mat. You can use any props here so you can really find a restful place, releasing any resistance that we might be holding in the glutes and the hips, and really allowing to open up. You can roll again to the outer edge of the foot here, getting a different sensation, opening up a slightly different region of the hip, adding a bit more compression there in the inner thigh, the hip crease. On your next inhale, grounding both hands into the mat and centering that front foot. As you exhale, send the hips back, but pull the tailbone up towards the sky. Again, for your half splits here, and let the chin drop out. One more cycle of breath here in our half split. And on your next inhale, walking the hands back forward, bringing you back into your low lunge. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knee, pull the heel in to set down for your supported pigeon on the left. Again, find that alignment. So pull that left hip back and the right hip forward, square your shoulders. Inhale to lift the chest, open here. And as you exhale, walking the hands down to the mat and allow the forehead to rest. You can again stay engaged by tucking the back toe and activating that leg, rolling a slight bit, giving a nice deep stretch to the inner thigh, the back of the hamstrings, the glutes, the hip. On your next inhale, grounding your hands into the mat, tucking the back toe and activating that back leg. As you inhale, push into the mat and send the left leg back into your plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, leading with the heart. Inhale, lift into your upward facing dog. And tuck the toes. Exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. And pedal out the legs. Again, keeping the shoulders aligned with the ears, or the biceps within the arms, so we're not dropping too far forward. We want to lead the chest towards the thighs with our arms, so we're keeping it really engaged. Engaged core here in our downward dog. And on your next inhale, lowering the knees to the mat and finding our tabletop position. We're going to start cooling down now with our Chakrasana flow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders away from the ears and look up. Exhale. Have wide fingers here in your cat and cow flow. Really push into the mat. Push into the back of the ribs. Pulling that tailbone in. Really stretching out that spine. We're going to flow with breath here. We'll do about 3 more cycles. And on your last exhale, you can come back to your neutral spine, this tabletop position. We're going to shift our hips over to one side and come to our seated position and allow your body to roll back onto the mat. Bring your knees with you all the way into the chest and sway from side to side. We'll take our knees into giant circles here. moving with breath. And on your next inhale, take your circles the other way. Taking each knee into each palm of your hand, take your knees out wide, opening the hips. Really allow your feet to dangle here. Let them be restful so your arms are doing all the work and you can really feel it open in that hip area. On your next inhale, we'll take our circles back the other way. Inhale, bringing the knees into the chest for a nice tight yogi head and sway from side to side. On your next inhale, push through the heels, grabbing the big toe with your first two fingers or thumb. And as you exhale, open up for your happy baby. Going out the way we came in. Just sort of sway from side to side. Option if you really want to keep your practice strong, you can straighten the legs for a wide-legged happy baby. Just take a few breaths here. Focus on relieving any tension you might be holding in that low back. Adding this compression in the hips, squeezing out any tension you might be storing up in our hip space. On your next inhale, bring the toes and heels to touch, and exhale, allow the ankles to drop to the mat, bringing you into your reclined butterfly pose. Really settle in here. Tuck the tailbone in, or lift the pelvic bone so that the low back is flat on your mat. Roll the shoulders back to be sure that the upper back is flat on your mat. Your hands, palms can be on your hip creases, allowing the shoulders or allowing the elbows to drop open so the shoulders can roll back. And as you exhale, just relieving any tension in the glutes and the thighs and allowing the space to open. If you want to use blocks here, you can place anything in between your thigh and the floor to fill up any space, any gap there, and that'll allow you to really rest into this pose, opening a bit deeper. Taking a few more breaths here. And you can stay here or on your next exhale. Straighten the body out, allowing the feet to drop open, palms come up to the sky, and corpse pose, Shavasana. I'm going to walk us through the Yoga Nidras to bring our bodies into a full relaxation. I'm going to start by relaxing the toes, letting go of any tension, any work in the ankles, allowing the feet to just really be weightless, heavy, drop open, maybe taking a micro bend in the knees. As you exhale, feel the hips sink deeper into the mat. Again, tucking that tailbone in, allowing the low back to be really flat here, sinking towards the earth, relaxing the fingers, relaxing the wrists, relaxing the elbows. As you inhale, feel the back body really sink heavy into the mat. Relaxing the shoulders, letting go, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the tongue, and relaxing the eyebrows. Really allowing your body to release here. Coming back to that Ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. As you exhale, release any more work that your body is still doing, bringing you into a full relaxation. And bringing your focus back to your breath. In and out through the nose. Inhaling to restore and exhaling to release. Maybe taking yourself through a visualization. It's rainy out today, so we'll focus on water. Imagine yourself walking up to a body of water. Could be a creek, could be a river, could be a lake, could be the ocean, cliffside in another country. Wherever you find yourself standing at this body of water, and just listening to your breath, watching the slow, subtle movement, the natural water. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention here. You see something shiny in the water and you reach down, you pick it up. You just become aware of this object. If it's smooth, if it's rough. And as you rub this stone or this object, thinking about that intention that you set for yourself, whether it's a personal goal, whether it's a goal for your yoga practice, whatever that might be. And as you exhale, throw it out into the water. Just imagine yourself letting it all go. Coming back to that breath, just watching the water settle, bringing us into a very calm mind space. Focusing on that intention, keeping our mind from wandering. Deep inhales here, in and out through the nose. Taking a few more restful breaths here at our lake or our ocean, wherever we're finding peace. Using this time and space, giving yourself this time and space to just let go, to just be here. You're going to start to bring your awareness away from the breath and back to the body by wiggling the toes, rolling the ankles, maybe taking a micro bend in the knee or shifting the knees from side to side, shifting the hips, bringing awareness back to the whole of the body. Start to feel lighter as you inhale, wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists, taking the micro bend in the elbows. Inhale, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders, bringing awareness back to the torso, and the arms, turning the head from side to side. And on your next inhale, bring your hands all the way overhead for a full body stretch. Reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the toes. And as you exhale, turning over to one side in our fetal position and taking a few restful breaths there. Whenever you're ready, pushing off that top arm and coming back to your easy seated position. I'm so glad to see you guys keep coming back to your mats each week. Keep practicing. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through today's practice. The light within me honors the light within you. As in all things, we are one. Namaste.